Okay, hello everyone. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, hello. So, this is an odd video. Odd video intended. Because, yeah. I recently just saw probably what was one of the most aggravating things I've ever seen. Ever. So, I'm gonna try to talk about it and explain it while I play a game and maybe explain this game a little bit. First of all, this game is Silent Storm Sentinels. Very fun game. It's old. There's a lot of games I've been playing on my channel, but yeah, no. I wanted to talk about a topic that is really recent, or at least something that just came out, is the EA Access service. I am regretting this entirely. So the EA Access service, what is it? How is it like a thing? Yada yada yada. So from what I understand about the EA Access system, it's a subscription, $7, $5.99 or whatever, or $4.99, whatever they want to say. It's about $7 after tax if you really think about it. So it's a service in which you get to play all their games on consoles for $7, $6 a month. And that of itself is, I guess, cool for some people, but also, like, how do I say this? It's not good to see this thing in reality. As in, because, okay, I need to turn down this game a little bit. It's gonna get loud. Reality, I'm sorry, now that I've actually started recording, I was ranting about this for like a half an hour to an hour a minute ago, and just finally I've started to get out of my system, and now it's just like I'm becoming numb. But so the EA Access system subscription is basically you pay $7 a month to play games that you would have bought before of EA games in the past, and get to play. Now here's the really cringy and really terrifying part, is, to me that at least, is the fact that they say, oh, and part of this subscription system will give you the ability to have early access to play games before they're released. Now, take a minute right there. Take a minute right there. Before they're released, early access for $7 a month. Huh. It sounds like they realized people stopped fucking pre-ordering their games. Pardon my language, but they realized people stopped pre-ordering their games, and therefore they've now are trying to figure other ways to get people to pay that day one release hibby dibbity doo stupidity stuff. You know, it's garbage. It's complete garbage. That right there is a selling point. Is just like, oh, you want me? You're trying to sell me to pay $7 a month to basically get to play a game that isn't finished, and I want that. Why, yes, consumer, you want that very much. Really, it's garbage. It's complete, utter bull crud garbage, and it pisses me off. Because it's like, oh, but people are going to buy this. People are going to get into this. And this is probably what the biggest issue with it I have right now, is the fact on the internet, the interwebs, it is basically seen as, oh yeah, it's a cool system. It's a cool little subscription system that you can use. Ha 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 he ha he. It's good for you. It's a good deal. Yeah, no, it's not. It is not a good deal. If you believe this is a good deal, you are basically one of those people who've been buying EA games, pre-ordered all of them, no matter what, even the worst of them, and you probably put $300-400 in microtransactions to feed their glory holes. I'm sorry. It's that bad. It's a bad system. It's bad that they're trying to push this off as an apology, as a good thing, as just anything that you want to have in life. Why would you want this? I mean, it's no different than and here's a big thing I've noticed that I don't know if it's just someone in their office just did a oopsie doopsie, or if this is forethought plot to an inevitable uh, breakdown of commercial society. That if you look at the games that they provide on PlayStation Now, if you go on your PlayStation Store on your PS4, you go to the PlayStation Access, you download it, and you look at the game library that they have before subscription, before all that bull honky. You look at the games available through that system of the subscription base, and it has Apex Legends. That's right, everyone. That free-to-play game is behind a $7 monthly paywall. Just, I'm speechless. That right there should speak volumes of how bad this is. How this is bad. This is. Because I'm sorry, I don't know anyone who would want to pay $7 a month for a free-to-play game. And I mean, like, they could be like, oh, well, you know what, because someone noticed that, we're just going to give out free loot crates every month instead with your subscription to the game to make it worth it, you know? But here's a little tidbit for you. Those loot boxes are basically to manufacture, in a sense, and put it into a manufacturing standpoint of how much they spend money-wise into making these loot boxes and the stuff in them, probably is the equivalence of, like, a dime per loot box. And they'd probably give you only one per month. A free Supreme loot box or some bullshit like that. Once per month and whatnot, you know? It will be stupid. And I'm sorry, but it's like, this EA Access system, what makes it probably the worst thing ever is the fact that it can lead to far worse. It's like it's the opening of the floodgate to the 7 realms of hell, you know, the 7 depths of hell or whatever from D&D, you know, all to those shitty dimensions that it's like, oh hey, if the material plane ever met those, yeah, the plane you are in, I always forget what it is called, but it'd be dead. You'd be dead. Bye. So it's just a lot of this garbage that they're trying to sell as an apology or as a good thing, and it's like on YouTube. This is what probably pisses me off the most, because generally this kind of stuff you would see on YouTube, it would been already gone through. You know, it's like everyone's already gone through it, shit posting it and whatnot, and showing how bad it is and whatnot, and ranting about it. I haven't seen hardly any of it. I've seen little to no rants. I see only one on YouTube, and it doesn't even have that many views, like 414 or something views. So I'm just like, what the heck? Did they just like get this under the cupboard, like, oh hey, under the carpet, you know, because everyone's paying too much attention to how much they mess up all their actual games, that no one's paying attention to all this nightmare that's going on, this epitome of a darkness abyss that they're trying to release. And you'd be like, well, it's no different than the PlayStation Plus service or the Xbox Live service. No, it is different. PlayStation Plus and the PlayStation Now service, I did a week-long stream about the PlayStation Now service. The PlayStation Now service has 749 games. Majority of them were PS Vita games that were converted and made sure to work on a PlayStation 4. And like there's PS2 games, there's PS3 games on there. So it has a buttload of games that like you couldn't access anymore on a never ever access on a PS4, which made it that much more awesome. Like you could play all the Fallouts, like Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas. You can play Oblivion. You can play, you know, it's like, heck, that itself is an amazing thing to have, and I would pay monthly money to play that, you know, to pay for that. But to do that on games that you would already buy anyway, or just like EA EA system is just completely encouraging the horrid side of marketing. It's the horror. It's the worst part of it. It is the epitome of darkness, really. I look at it and I'm just like, wow. I feel like this is the biggest ripoff ever. Like, I'm not kidding. It's terrible. I feel like if you allow this thing to grow and to nurture, if you like think, oh no, it's not going to be a problem. It's not. And eventually you're going to see free-to-play games locked behind paywalls. You're going to see basically even more encouragement for games to come out unfinished on release, because that's also kind of what the EA Access thing encourages. $7 a month to get the trial, I'm doing air quotes with my fingers that you cannot see, trial version of it. That's like, oh, hey, so you basically mean you want to charge money because people won't pre-order your games anymore. Instead, you're just going to charge money anyway, a different way. It's garbage. It's garbage, it's garbage, it's garbage, it's garbage, it's garbage. It's complete and utter garbage and should not be encouraged. It should not be treated as a good thing. And like some of the biggest YouTube videos of EA Access right now is, oh, the EA Access glitch for unlimited game time of this one game. And I'm like, sorry, I looked at how many games are in the EA Access thing when they say massive amount of games. A massive amount of games. 35 games. You want to know what? I would say at least 20 of those, or like half of them, 50% of them are just sports games. Are just sport games. I don't know what that like means to you, or it means to me is it's not really a good gaming group of games that I'm like, hey, I would pay $7 a month. I mean, I also would encourage that they have unskippable ads in games and like 3 hours of unskippable ads put in my games and all this other shit and $60 price added to it as well. And oh yeah, and $300 worth of microtransactions that I have to go through and 5 million hours worth of game hours I have to get to unlock everything. That sounds smart. Yeah, you know what games that actually require that many hours to play and to unlock things? It's called World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft, though, has it actually entertaining and you're fun, and you don't feel like you're having to put money to win. Like, that's the thing. I play Warcraft off and on, and I've gotten pretty darn far in World of Warcraft, actually. I got a level 1 character to, like, level 80 by a month. And it was enjoyable. It wasn't like a grind. It didn't feel so much like I was grinding or having to work. I didn't feel like I had to put more money into it. It was fun. It was enjoyable. You know, that's what a game is supposed to give you. Not this bull honky that you have to put more money into it to go faster. The whole idea that you have to put more money into it to go faster is just an idiotic thing to begin with. I'm sorry, but is that uncalled for? Or am I just too old now? Am I like an elderly person now? You know, am I just too old to really accept that this reality is today? Is that, hey, you have to pay an extra $10 per ride. It's like, imagine if you bought a roller coaster. You bought the actual roller coaster, but you still had to pay some random individual, the makers of the roller coaster, $20 a ride. Like a ticket, just to get on it. But you own it. It's like, what? I bought it. I bought this roller coaster. Well, no, you did, but I mean, you still have to pay us $20 per use. Or, you know, it'll only go kiddie speed mode, which is like 2 miles per hour. But this roller coaster is supposed to go 120 miles per hour. It's supposed to give me like 5 Gs or something, you know? It's supposed to make me exhilarated. Sorry, no. That doesn't work. That's not how this thing works. You give us more money for less content. That's how the world works. You know, I'm sorry. Am I just uncalled for to thinking that's the stupidest thing ever? This is like the biggest ripoff of my money ever and biggest ripoff to everyone? So I was like, $7 a month for the EA Access. Doesn't sound bad. You know, it doesn't sound like much money. But it's $7. Each of those dollars basically is the equivalent of giving $1,000 to them of encouraging this investment. You are investing in an idea. It's no different if you went to Kickstarter. But I mean, like, what's probably the grossest part about this is that it's built in under the PlayStation Store and the Xbox Live Store, the Microsoft Store, which is probably the worst part. And you're like, how is that the worst part? How can that be the worst part? Think of it this way. You go to the grocery store to buy groceries, you know, and then you go down one aisle, but then someone stops you before going down that aisle, and you're like, why are you stopping? Is there like a mess in the road? It's like, no, 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 no. This is the ice cream aisle. You have to pay a $7 subscription service to get to the ice cream aisle. Imagine that. Imagine that. I mean, it's like, hey, imagine if you open up you buy a new game, a $60 game, okay? You buy a AAA $60 game, and the very moment you load it up, you have to go through a loot crate system to get to the actual game. And it's like you have to open a certain thing, you have to get a certain item in the loot crate to get to the menu. And then you get to the menu, and then you're like, yay, I can finally play the game. No, no, no. You have to open this loot crate to get to whatever kind of game you're going to in it, like game mode. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, no, no. You have to do this, you have to get this, you have to get that. And that's not included. Nothing is included anymore.
Looks like I finally caught a break.
You know, the idea that, oh, hey, why can't... I just did a stupid, but... So why can't I have the game the way it was intended? Well, because then we lose money. Because we release games like once every 3 months, and we need more money. Because we keep eating up more and more companies. We'll stop taking up all these companies. Stop it! You're not helping. But I mean, like, it's so bad, people. It's so bad. It's so bad. I don't know how other guys say it. I could say it about 100 more times, and it's just so bad. If that doesn't convince you, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know, woman. It says the life is gonna suck. You know. I imagine if you had to go to the hospital and, you know, you had to go urgent care, but they're like, nuh-uh-uh, you need a $10 subscription to even walk in the door. You didn't say the magic word. You know, from Jurassic Park. But that's basically what's happening. And it's disgusting. It's not cool. And a lot of people think, oh, well, you're just overreacting, man. Stop overreacting. Stop filling into this idea of like you're trying to get more viewers by saying this rant about something that everyone already kind of knows about. But here's the thing. The fact is that I feel like it's so being put under the covers that no one is really noticing. And that upsets me. Because this is one of those things that I think need to be noticed right off the bat. It's kind of like, you know how everyone was angry at the Bethesda Creation Club when it came out? Because everyone thought it was a great thing, and then as soon as it came out, it immediately put all these mods behind a paywall. You had to pay money to get to these mods that you had for free before. And people were rightfully furious about that. You're forcing me to pay money for something that was generally free? Like, what the heck, man? And yeah, that's irritating. That is aggravating. That pisses people off. It pisses me off. It pisses other people off. You know, but it's like, you see, that the problem is that this is another one of those issues. EA Access is just the tip of the iceberg. It doesn't look big of an issue. It doesn't look big at all. It looks like a nothing. But as soon as a boat goes over it, the boat of the gaming community actually gets all over it, it will rise out of the ocean to be the size of Mount Everest and just destroy what the gaming community is today and what gaming is. It has the possibility. I mean, that sounds like a complete overreaction or dramatization, but like, if you think about it, this is not good. EA Access is not good. And, like, I was thinking to myself, what are real ways EA could ask for give an apology to its consumers? Oh, I don't know. Actual just give out games for free. Uh, lower prices on DLC for one thing. And here's another thing I noticed on the EA Access website that even made this worse. In the sub part of it, and like you see, they have all this list of games. I'm like, okay, like Sims 4 Consoles Edition, Battlefront 1, Battlefront 2, and I'm like, okay. These probably come with their DLCs, right? 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 No, they don't. From what it looks like, they do not. They are bare bones, no DLC. They still want you to pay money as much as possible. So, an apology of this system would be $7 a month, but every DLC, everything that would have came with the game, if you bought the big deluxe edition, comes with it. The season pass, all of it comes with it. That would have been like, okay, $7 to play Battlefront 2 with all its DLC, all of its expansions, if it had it, or like Battlefront 1, playing with all its expansions, all of that already given to you, a whole bunch of free loot crates in the game, so it's like free skins, free all of that. That would have been like at least okay. That's like a 5 out of 10 at most. But the fact that it doesn't have any of it, none of the DLCs, from what it looks like. And they're saying that is a bonus. That's a bonus that they throw that in. It's a bonus. Not like something that should have been just given with it. That these games are so freaking old and they're having this service to make it just where you get them from only them now. And it's like, oh, it's a bonus to buy it, to have the DLC with it. It's a bonus. So it's stupid. What I say is, don't buy it. Just don't. You buy this, you're wasting your money. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of. It's just a waste. It's a waste. You're wasting. It's wasteful, and you're encouraging some really bad stuff. It's a really bad altogether. So, yeah, just. I'm gonna end the video here, actually. After I murder this guy and terrible news with every single character I have right here. There's just all of them are gonna just unload on him all together now. But understand that EA, if they sound like they have the best thing in mind for you, most likely not. They probably don't. They want you to have the best gaming experience. Probably some people do in there. But the corporate marketing side of it have no interest, it seems like. Have absolutely no interest for your wallet, for your satisfaction. They have no interest. All they care about is making the moolah. And with this, I say, thank you for watching. And I hope you have a good day and a good life. And take EA as if they're just trying to rip you off. Like a used car salesman that never sells good cars, and they always break down about an hour after, like, as they leave the lot. Take it like that. That's EA. That's the EA we all know. Is it the people that work there's fault? No. It's the people who run the place. Bye.